On behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and students, we welcome you to Portland High School and historic Fitzpatrick Stadium for today's home opening game between the visiting Hawks from Marshwood High School and our own Portland High School Bulldogs. Here are the starters for this afternoon's visiting Marshwood Hawks. Number 3, William Casey. Number 4, Rowan Carter. Number 6, Milo Clausen. Number 9, Wyatt Yeager. Number 12, Jason Singer. Number 13, James Molina. Number 16, Graham Hume. Number 17, Michael Burbank. Number 18, Johnny Sawyer. Number 21, Declan Fitzgerald. And in goal this afternoon for the Hawks, Andrew Perry. Marshwood is coached by Mr. Ben Duchesne. And now for your Portland Bulldogs. Number 1, Nikki Peterniti. Number 2, Max Kierstead. Number 3, Brady Tote. Number 4, Ken Tidd. Number 5, Ollie Hetton. Number 7, Jack Fink. Number 8, Kostas Nedeljkovic. Number 14, Ben Diana. Number 19, Martin Kalala. Number 22, Exase Linde. In goal this afternoon for the Bulldogs, Michael LeCour. Portland is coached by Mr. Rocco Frenzin. We now ask that you please rise, focus your attention to the American flag, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, recorded by our own Portland High School band under the direction of Miss Jane Sawtell.
Welcome everybody to Fitzpatrick Stadium, where today's matchup is between the visiting Marshwood Hawks and the home Portland Bulldogs. As Portland starts off with the ball in the first half.
Portland in blue and Marshwood in white.
And both of these teams coming off two different games. Marshwood coming off a 3-0 victory over Thornton Academy in their first game, and Portland losing a nail-biter. They allowed a goal with 5 minutes left to lose 1-0 against Scarborough. So Portland's looking to get in the win column, and it's also their home opener.
On a very, very beautiful September day here.
And it's out of bounds on Marshwood.
Cannot complain about the weather at all. The windows here in the broadcast booth have been taken out and set aside. Can't say that in another month what it'll be like, but it's beautiful right now. Great day for soccer. Excuse me, football.
For all the Europeans or anybody not in America. So it's going to be a goal kick for Portland. And Hatchenback taking it instead of LaCroix. Sometimes you always have that one player that can kick it really far. And you use their leg instead of the goalie's. And it's stolen by Marshwood. And it's off of Fitzgerald for a throw-in for Portland. And it's stolen again. It's crossed. Brought down by Clausen. And it's kicked away.
That was beautiful defense in there.
So Marshwood is attacking early. Long throw-in is swept up by LaCroix. And Portland out quickly. And Marshwood gets the ball stolen by Portland. And Paternity getting it into Marshwood's zone. Paternity shoots, and it's wide of the goal.
Nice ball movement there.
And it looks like Marshwood also using a field player, Casey, to do the kick. Kalala has it go off of a Marshwood player and
Ooh, right back between his legs. Nice pass by the Marshwood player.
And Carter gets in front of the goal, but LaCroix doesn't have to move much. Looked like he slipped a little.
Yeah, that was dangerous because that kick was coming just around the Portland player. And a lot of times as a goalie, it's a little difficult to see sometimes. Nice back heel kick. Nice spin.
Paternity shoots, but Marshwood gets it out. And it's a foul on Portland.
Well, just early watching this, you can see the talent on both sides.
And Portland gets possession off the free kick. It's out of bounds on Portland. Quick throw in from Marshwood is going to roll out for a goal kick. And there's 33:45 left to go in the first half. And it's both teams have played with some pace early on.
And the passing's been really good. There hasn't been a lot of stoppage in play due to penalties or.
And it's stopped by Perry on a kick by Kalala.
And both teams getting shots here early on goal.
And the kick from Perry is going to go out of bounds. And it's off of Najokovic. It's a long throw in. Picked off by Marshwood. And it just out of the reach of Portland to go out of bounds. And Portland's defense comes up big with that quick throw in. Both teams have had early shots on goal, but they've been right at the goalies. And it's over the head, out of bounds. It's another throw in for Marshwood. And it's a free kick just outside of the 18-yard box. So Marshwood has a chance to get on the board.
Yeah, the chance to set it up. Almost as good as a corner kick up there.
And it looks like Molino who's going to take the kick.
The only thing they need to watch out for is being offsides.
And it's just wide by Clausen on the header. But it looked like LaCroix was there just in case it was on frame.
Yeah, I don't think that had a chance of going in, but it was a good header.
And Lange with a nice move. It's crossed in. And it's...
Oh, just headed backwards. What great ball movement right there.
And Paternity dribbled it into a couple of defensemen. So Marshwood gets out of that.
Nice heel kick back. Keep the ball moving in that direction. That was beautiful. Unfortunately, it didn't go to a Portland player, but the continue on in that direction was nice.
And it's out of bounds on Marshwood. It's a high kick. And it's a foul on Marshwood.
All right, well, let's see what Portland sets up here.
It's a long kick that's headed out.
Nice block. Oh, yes. Good foot movement.
And it's just saved from going out of bounds. And it's just over the crossbar.
Well, and the goalie was fortunate on that one because the goalie was out. And a lot of times a player can loft that ball just over the outstretched hands of the goalie and drop it right in there.
Just out of the reach of Jaeger. But it's a throw in for Marshwood.
Oh, waiting on a ball.
And it looks like it's going to be a long throw by Sawyer. Portland gets it out. And Kalala passes it right to the Marshwood defender. And both teams have done a great job at not allowing the other team to get past their defensive line when they're up. Perfect example by Hatchenback dropping back there to kick the ball out of bounds. So long throw in for Singer.
A little bit of pushing going on in there.
And it's a goal kick. It's a long kick. And it's out of bounds on Portland.
The Portland team, coached by Rocco Franzilli, another year under his belt for coaching.
Paternity kicks it almost to midfield. And Portland has possession over the 50. And it's in the corner to Najokovic. And it's finally kicked out of bounds by Nielsen.
Yeah, not quite sure that he intended to kick it out of bounds right here with Portland attacking. Probably hoping to get it further up the line. So we'll see what happens from the corner.
And it's out of bounds.
I'll have some substitutes.
Oh, and it's going to be a push for Portland. It's going to be their third foul committed so far this game. Just behind the 50 line. Casey with the kick, and it's low on the ground.
Portland player a little slow getting up.
And it went out of bounds on the end line, so it's going to be a goal kick.
21 and a half minutes left to go in this first half. No score.
And it's across the field to Fink, who gets it to Kalala, and it's saved by Perry.
Oh, another shot on goal by Portland. It's just going to be a matter of that ball bouncing just right.
To Yeager. He crosses it, and it's off of Portland. So it's the first corner of the game. It's to Marshwood. So we'll see what Molino can do as he takes the corner. And it's over the head of everybody and out of bounds on Marshwood. And it's being called back.
Yeah, he may have been, what, a little too far up?
And it's out of bounds on Portland. And it's another corner. So two quick corners for Marshwood. And we'll see if Marshwood can get something closer on the kick, whereas the last one went over everyone's head. And it's just wide right by Yeager.
Very, very fortunate there. that kick came in kind of low. And so instead of, marking up with someone who's going to take the header, that ball's going in amongst all the feet. And there was a good clean shot just wide.
And Paternity gets it with some space. And a clean challenge by Marshwood.
Oh,
Brought down by Casey.
nice defensive play. Marshwood player looked like he was about to round the corner and take it up the field, but the Portland player stopped it right there.
And just by. But Portland gets the ball back. And Marshwood there again with defense. Paternity hits it into the Marshwood player.
Nice stop.
And it's booted. And just too far. And it's out of bounds for a goal kick.
Well, and some of that finesse as the season rolls along, it'll get there. It's still early. Like you said, this is only the second game for both teams. And it's one thing to do it in practice, but when you're playing against an opponent, a lot of times those passes have to be perfect. The way you deaden the ball.
And just out of the reach of Paternity. So Marshwood gets the ball.
Plus I do think the ball moves differently on artificial turf compared to grass. So that can throw your timing off a little too.
And Portland has some space with the ball. And just over the goal.
Little over 15 minutes left to go in this first half. No score. And Fitzpatrick is right by 295, the highway, so occasionally you'll hear some vehicles going by, some loud.
Paternity. And it's just wide. So Portland's come so close a couple of times the past couple of minutes to opening the scoring.
The only thing they really need to be careful is that they're pretty aggressive right now. They have to be real careful not too many of their players move up, that they can let somebody get in behind them.
And it's just out of the reach of Shirkan.
Yeah, maybe on grass that would have slowed down a little bit, but on artificial turf, that moved right out of bounds.
especially on a warm day when the turf is hot. And it's into the air.
Nice kick back. Way to move the ball forward.
And Perez boots it out of bounds for a goal kick.
You know, sometimes those get away from you. You know, you see them sometimes in full stadiums where the ball goes halfway up the seats and behind the goal. It just, you loft it and it goes.
And LaCroix has to come all the way out.
Yeah, that's the thing I was talking about, that you really need to worry if you have a lot of your players up front attacking, getting a free shot down there potentially.
Samuel is wide right, just on the outside of the goal. But Portland's been playing in Marshwood's half for quite a while now.
They have. Marshwood had a couple of quick corner kicks, and since then it's been all Portland.
And it's crossed in. And it's kicked out by Marshwood. But Portland doesn't allow them to get any further. And it's kicked out, but Portland keeps possession. And it's crossed in. Samuel brings it down.
Nice stop right there. Good foot movement to deaden the ball.
Paternity, Samuel, and it's a goal kick. So with just over 10 minutes left in the first half, Portland's oh so close to leading this game. Paternity crosses it. And it's a foul.
Yeah, he jumped up on the back of the Marshwood player to get the ball.
So that's 4 on Portland now to Marshwood's 1.
And they haven't really been bad fouls. They, you know, a little physical, but you know, just gameplay type of fouls.
Hattenback kicks it up the field, and it's gonna roll out of bounds with Burbank blocking Samuel out.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do as a defensive player. Keep the offensive player away from the ball and just let it roll out for a goal kick.
And it's a foul on Marshwood.
Yeah, climbing the back, trying to get a header.
And it's a long kick. And it's into the arms of Perry. So Portland's figured out 99% of the field. It's just that last 1%
I know.
that's been keeping them from scoring. Their defense has been really good.
Yeah.
Their ball movement in the midfield has been excellent. Getting into position to cross the ball in has been great. It's just that getting that final touch to get the ball in the back of the net. And it's out of bounds on Portland.
Well, yeah, and at this point, all that hard work that Portland's put in, that, like you said, they're just waiting for that back of the net shot.
And it looked like the Marshwood player stepped into field of play when he threw it.
Well, and the one good thing about soccer, football, is there's not too many penalties to turn the ball over, with the exception of what just happened. You either lift a foot when you throw the ball in, or you step on the playing field as you're throwing the ball in.
Yeah, and there's rules and stuff about that, where you have to have both hands on the ball. Both hands have to be over your head.
And as we've seen over the years, you can have many different ways of getting that ball in, strength-wise. I mean,
Just
to see...
like that one, it's a set play when you're close enough to the goal.
A lot of subs in and out on this game. As we were saying earlier, it's pretty warm, and probably a lot of drink breaks. We watched a lot of football earlier this year.
Samuel kicks it over the goal. So it's going to be a goal kick.
And, they take 10-minute hydration breaks during some of the matches because it was so warm. And that's why the World Cup this year has been delayed by a few months, because it's in a very warm country this year.
Yeah. Qatar can get into the 110s in the summertime.
Oh, looks like a corner.
So that's Portland's first corner.
With a little over 4 minutes left to go. Let's see what they can do.
And Paternity is the one taking it. And it's saved by Marshwood. It went through Perry's hands, but the defenseman was right there. Paternity, and it's right into Perry's arms.
Sometimes, you always expect the goalie to hold on to the ball, but sometimes they don't. And if you're in the right spot, you could take advantage of it. Not sure, if some of the Portland players had continued on towards the net, But, they'll probably talk about that just so they're aware to continue on.
Paternity stops and tried to cross it in, but off of a Marshwood player. And nice defense by Rowan Carter. But Portland keeps the ball close to the goalie box, and it's over the goal by Paternity.
3 points went through the goalpost.
And Samuel to Paternity. And taken away by Casey. And it's booted out of bounds. And misplayed by Burbank. Gives Portland a throw close to the goal. With a minute and 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Marshwood and Hattenback with a nice slide tackle gets the ball away, back up into Marshwood's half.
Well, Portland with a chance here. If they can move the ball down with half a minute.
And it's taken away by Yeager. Back to Portland. And it's 20 seconds left to go. Marshwood with possession. It's Yeager who crosses it. And Hattenback heads it out. Portland's still in danger, but it's 3 seconds. Yeager. And it's just rolls past the goal, but it's the horn sounds for the end of the first half.
That was pretty dangerous, as hard as Portland worked for like 25 minutes for Marshwood to even, with less than a minute left to go in this first half, to even have a chance to score a goal a couple of times down there, would have probably deflated Portland if anything had gone in.
But Portland, with a dominant first half, they come up scoreless. But all phases of Portland's game, defense, midfield, and offense, has been working together to keep this a 0-0 scoreline.
They really played exceptional. The ball movement, the foot movement, the timing will come, and it's just a matter of the first goal dropping here in the second half for Portland.
And so after the end of the first half, it's Marshwood 0, Portland 0. And here we go for the start of the second half. Marshwood starting things off. And it's going to be a free kick right outside of the 18-yard box for...
Wow, right off the bat. Oh, no.
Looks like Singer and Fitzgerald behind the ball, but Fitzgerald is going to be the one taking it. And it's low and hits the wall. And Portland gets it out. So Portland dodges that one.
Wow, that defensive wall played well. No loft on the ball, though, from Marshwood. And as a defender, you know, you kind of want it to have a little bit of loft because sometimes you can take one of those in the belly and it doesn't feel good.
It's a throw-in for Portland. It's crossed in, and it's by Samuel. And it's lofted in just by Paternity. And Casey gets the ball for Marshwood. And it's out of bounds on Marshwood.
So the first attack comes from Marshwood.
Long kick. Back into Portland's half. And they're just going to let it roll to LaCroix. And it's a foul on Marshwood.
Yeah, took his legs right out from underneath him. Even if you're going for the ball, you still need to hit the ball.
And Paternity taking the kick. And it's over all the Portland players' heads. And it's going back up the field, but nice slide tackle from Paternity to give Portland the ball back. Lane trying to keep the ball away from two Marshwood players. And it's kicked out of bounds by Marshwood. Paternity. And it's headed out. And it's a high boot. And it's out of bounds on Marshwood.
Yeah, that was a frustration kick into the fencing over there. But I do think that's where the artificial turf played into it, because the ball rolled pretty fast away from the Marshwood player.
And it's kept in bounds by Portland. They're going to change sides of the field. And it's stolen from Marshwood, and it's going to be a timeout.
Well, once the Portland player touches the ball, the clock starts moving again.
And it's a foul on Marshwood.
So the fouls are starting to pile up on Marshwood now.
This one's going to be on the 20. And it's in there and over the goal by Samuel.
Well, the sun's starting to come into the booth over here. I need to stand back away from the camera, because every time I get out front here, from this angle you're seeing here, it's a furnace on the eyeballs.
Out of bounds on Marshwood. And it's and Portland had a chance to get behind the defense. And it's brought down by Fink.
Man, that was sweet.
Paternity gets the ball taken away from him. A missed kick. Almost turnover, but Marshwood keeps possession. Paternity getting back on defense to get the ball away. And Fink and Paulo with a shot on goal, but right to Perry.
Have to be careful down there.
And it's a corner for Marshwood. See who's going to take it.
Is that a penalty?
It's Molino who's going to take the corner. And it's over the ahead of everybody. So Portland's out and running, but it's stopped at the 45. And Kalala so Portland is back and forth.
Oh,
And a bad pass leads to a throw-in. Paternity passes it back to Fink, who gets it to Kierstead. And Kierstead gets it in. And Perry had to quickly move to his left to get that save.
.28 and a half minutes left to go in this game. No score.
Out wide to Fink. And it's kicked away by Marshwood. Kierstead gets taken away. Kalala, and it's wide left for a goal kick. It's kicked up the field. And it almost saved by Carter, but
Well, a good breakaway chance there from Marshwood. They had the numbers. The ball just wasn't there. Oh, so Portland's going to need to button that up a little.
long kick brought down by Kalala. And it's off of Fink for Marshwood throw-in. Kalala.
Nice pass.
It's across the field. And it's brought back to the middle of the field for Jaeger, and Hattenback gets steals the ball away and gets fouled.
And nice show of sportsmanship there. Marshwood player walking back and giving a fist bump.
And that foul was probably out of frustration.
Yeah. Well, there's no reason to be frustrated yet. It's a tie game. But, when you're moving the ball and you think you got a nice, easy way to the goal, I guess you could get frustrated a little bit. But, I mean, both teams playing exceptional today.
And it's kicked away. Saved by Tower. Kalala gets it to Kierstead. Nice communication by Portland to warn Kalala that there was someone behind him.
Yeah, you could definitely hear it all the way up here.
And it's right into Perry's arms. So a little too hard on the kick with Paternity running in behind the defense.
Well, and as we saw earlier in the game, in the first half, the ball did go between the hands of the goalie. So, he's holding on to the ball, but you just never know.
And it's crossed, but there's no one there for Portland. Fink keeps it in for Portland. Kierstead. And that's right into Perry's arms. And if you're Portland, the only hope on those is to get a deflection back to a Portland player or off of another player into the goal. Because Perry's been playing really well when you can see the ball and it's right at him. It's out wide to Tower. Paternity crosses it. Kalala. And it's saved. By Perry.
And a Marshwood and Portland player goes flying over the goalie.
And all Hattenback could do was kick it out of bounds.
Just under 21 minutes left to go in this match. And it's 0-0.
It's a long throw in, and Paternity gets it out. And it's taken away by Najokovic. Najokovic back to Paternity, and he crosses it, and it was deflected once, but Perry right in position to get the save.
Well, and there was the deflection you spoke about, Seth, but it went right to him. You know, you look for that deflection to be, you know, a little to the left, little to the right, but everything's been right in the breadbasket.
And both of these teams, especially in the first game, Portland only letting up one, and Marshwood blanking Thornton Academy. So both of these defenses are pretty stout. It's kicked out of bounds by Fink. And it's going to be a corner. So that's corner number 4.
Yeah, and you can see the Marshwood player saying it was tipped, and the referee agrees.
So Molino taking the corner, and Paternity saves it from going out of bounds, so Portland gets it out of the 18. It's brought back in, it's crossed in, and just over the net by Jaeger.
Was that a opposite foot? I think he's right-footed, but he kicked it left. That would have been a pretty impressive goal.
Sorry, that was Clausen. And it's a throw-in for Marshwood. It's a long throw. It's out of bounds on Marshwood, so Portland will get the throw-in. And it's Fink too far ahead.
Yeah, this game is pretty lenient, to say the least, about, you know, where you can throw the ball in, where you can place it for a free kick. But they will stop you if you go, you know, a few yards beyond where it's reasonable.
And it's by everyone out of bounds. And so last touch by Marshwood.
Good play by Portland just to let the ball go out. And
the throw never made it in play.
oh, that was unfortunate. 16 minutes left to go, no score.
Jaeger. And it's a corner, so a nice play by Boyer to get it off of Fink to get the 5th corner of the game for Marshwood. So Molino Gonna take the corner. And it's by everybody off a deflection.
Well, and as a Marshwood player trying to defend Portland touching the ball going out, you do take your chances that it could have been off your own team.
And a high kick out of play. So another throw in. And it's a goal kick.
Yeah, that was a nice play by the goalie for Portland. Knocked the ball down.
Yeah, LaCroix hasn't needed to do much this game, as Portland's been in Marshwood's end for majority of it. Paternity gets into the 18, and it's over the goal. So Portland striking quickly up the field. Kick is brought down by Kalala. And it's a foul on Marshwood. It's their 6th.
Yeah, I don't know if they would have called that if the Portland player hadn't gone down. They were a little physical with each other, but you know, it was good even play on the ball.
Taken away by Portland. And it's stolen by Yeager. And Kalala gets the ball back for Portland. Najokovic to Tower. Paternity. And Portland's going to cross the field. Perez crosses it in. And it's headed away by Marshwood. Kalala skies it.
All right, I give up. I got to move the camera back a little bit. Trying to stay out of the sun. Yeah, much better. Just afraid that that bright sun off my glasses are going to miss a play.
And it's misplayed.
Speaking
to
about missing a
Fitzgerald.
play.
And stolen away by Portland. It's to Kalala. And back into Portland's half. And out of bounds on Fink, so throw in for Marshwood.
11 and a half minutes left to go. No score.
And it's tipped into the arms of LaCroix. The ball is booted. Paternity. And it's kicked out of bounds by Marshwood. And misplayed give Marshwood the ball back. But Kalala keeping Marshwood from getting into their to Portland's half. And LaCroix tracks it down and scoops it up. It's 10 minutes left. It's 0-0. Paternity and just out of the reach of Chacon.
Well, let's see what comes out of that. Nice ball movement.
And it's kicked out of bounds by Marshwood with 9 minutes left to go. And this is where Portland lost the last game down the stretch, and it's a foul on Portland.
Yeah. Fans are thinking that the Portland player actually got his foot on the ball, but the ref down on the field saw it differently. Portland needs to be careful here.
And Kalala brings it up the field, and he has space. Passes it to Paternity. Chacon. And right into the arms of Perry.
Eight minutes left to go.
And like I was saying a bit ago, this is where Portland lost their last game against Scarborough in the last couple minutes. So Portland trying to avoid a second tragic loss. And they're so far doing a good job at keeping Marshwood out of their half. Kalala and Marshwood's defense not allowing Portland to get.
Nice spin move, but the ball is stolen. Nice self pass.
And Carter getting the ball after running it down, but it goes by everybody. And it's out of bounds on Marshwood. And Portland couldn't save it. And too far away for Portland to keep possession. And LaCroix tracks it down. And we have a player down. And it looks like Paternity getting stretched out, and it looks like we're going to have a time for a water break. So we'll take a timeout too. And we're back.
Yeah, look like leg cramps.
Especially in this heat.
And the Portland player is been quite the hustler, getting the ball all game, and not surprised that the heat has taken its toll.
It's a corner. Portland keeps possession. It's crossed back in. And bicycle attempt by Howie. Again, Perry right there in position.
Yeah, right at him.
Portland gets it out. It's in the corner for Carter. And it's a goal kick.
Little under 4 minutes left to go. No score. Was that the player that... Oh, we have another player down. And we'll take a timeout.
And we're back. It's a Kalala who's gone out with a leg cramp, it looks like, and he has a roller. And this heat definitely, if you aren't hydrated enough, it's one of those things where cramps will Jaeger and Portland with some great defense.
Boy, that was just this close. That's scary.
And there's under 3 minutes left to go.
And you wouldn't have wanted a goal right there. You know, we are broadcasting for Portland, and it would be just as bad for Marshwood here after playing this whole game to give up a goal with so few minutes left. But
2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Brought down by Paternati. And it's out of bounds on Portland. Going to be a long throw in. And looked like a handball, but it wasn't called. And it's a throw in. It's going to be at the 15. And it's going to be a corner. Shot off on Molino. And he'll run over to the corner
Oh, this is dangerous for Portland this late in the game.
Corner comes in, and it's in. And it's number 12, Jason Singer. Who scores the goal.
Yeah. With 1:08 left to go in the game.
He's assisted by James Molino.
Oh, that's what I was afraid of.
Under a minute left. And Portland doesn't get a goal. It's going to be their second 1-0 loss within the last minutes of the game.
Well, you know, it's not like they're playing bad, but they're going to definitely know what they need to work on. A little bit more foot control, a little bit more crisp passing.
And a bad pass leads to a turnover. And all Marshwood needs to do is keep the ball away from their goal with under 10 seconds left. And doesn't look like Portland will get any other playoff. And so Marshwood gets their second win of the season. And that drops Portland to 0-2.
Yeah, 2 tough losses.
And
I mean, both teams really played hard. Portland played hard. They really can't hang their heads. When you give a team a corner kick, everybody gets to set where they want to be when the ball comes in, and you know, you can set a play that way.
And Marshwood had tons of practice today, getting their 6th corner, which was the goal that they scored, with Portland only getting 2 corners. So it's the set plays that will hurt you in games. And Portland, as you could see, too many set plays gives Marshwood multiple chances to score a goal. And it happened with minutes to spare in this game.
Yeah, and you can see Portland out there just having a little bit of a team meeting. They really can't beat themselves up on this one. It's a tough loss, but in the scheme of things, they really did play well. You know, you just had a goal go in by the opponent.
And so at the end of this one, it's the Marshwood Hawks 1, Portland Bulldogs 0, with the goal being scored by number 12, Jason Singer, and assisted by James Molino. And so we're saying good night. This has been a production of TV3, Portland Public Schools, saying so long.
We'll see you next time.